Welcome to Real Estate Success Partner. We're your hosts, Devin Dubuque,
David Wynn.
and we're here to talk about how to have great success in every market. Hey, and today, guys, that market is Florida. And brother, again, from the southern states, you got an awesome guy here today, Dave. Who'd you bring along?
I brought the international man of business in real estate, Leo Gonzalez. He is a man that does it all from Spanish to English to whatever you want to go. That's why I call him, I guess the international man of leisure. He's the international man of business. What's up, man?
Let's go.
How you guys doing?
Man, brother, we're doing great out here. Maybe not quite as good
Mm,
as you. You're down there in the sunny Florida,
yeah.
and last time I looked, it's a little more fun than it is here in boring Texas.
How's the weather down there? Oh,
Hot.
hot?
Yeah,
It's hot?
yeah. I'm sure it's hot where we're both at. I think
Oh
those are the
man.
climates
It's
we're
like
known for, right?
I was showing some properties yesterday and it was like 97 degrees. It was, oh my God, I was melting.
Yeah. Welcome to summer in Florida, right?
Yes, sir.
Good stuff, man. Well, you're doing some awesome things down there, and we've met with some other folks from the group you represent. You guys really are just a class act out there, and that's what we had to bring our main man Leo here on the show today to showcase all
Yeah.
the great things that you're doing, brother. So, are you native to Florida? Are you from Florida originally?
No, I was born in Cuba. I came to Florida when I was 12 years old. I came to the Miami area. And then about 20 years ago, we decided to leave Miami and move to Ocala. I've been here raising my kids and, been good, been
That's
good.
awesome,
Can't
man. That's
complain.
awesome. So you came over at 12 and said, "Man, I want to do real estate. This is where I'm going."
No, no, not really. I spent 20 years with a company. Uh, mm, we'll do it's like a utility company. But man, it was crazy. The last 10 years I spent there going from Marion County all the way to Seminole County. It was like an
Mm.
hour and a half drive for 10 years. And I got tired of it. And I'm like, man, I got to do something else. I don't know what, but I got to do something else. And this came about out of nowhere. I never thought about realty. I never thought about anything like this. And, we went down to Miami. I met with a cousin of mine that she was doing realty. And I was like, man, and she talked to me about a little bit about what it is. And I'm like, I think I can do that. I'm a friendly guy. I can get along with people. So I, came back that same week. I signed myself up for a class, passed the class test right away, went to took the exam test, take it right away, and I'm like, man, this is what God wants me to do. So I went, full in, and thank God I had my wife behind me saying, go ahead, go do it, and I'm good, and I'm here, 6 years later.
So you put your faith in God and you said, "This is my calling. This is where I
Yes,
need to
sir.
be." And here you are. Now, was that Miami where you got your start, or did you kick off in Ocala?
No, I kicked off in Ocala. We went to visit a cousin of mine and this is what I say is to me is God, because we went to visit a cousin in Ocala that I haven't talked to her like in 15 years, but she had a baby and my wife loves babies, and she dragged me to Miami to go see the baby, and then I didn't even know she was a realtor. I had no idea, and then she's like, "Oh, yeah," and I'm like, "Oh man," and I started listening to her, and if she can do it, I can do it, and then the rest is history.
So she's
So
juggling babies and phone calls, and you're just
yeah,
peeping in the background, going, "Man,
yeah.
you know what? This might be there's
Well,
something to this, right?"
I don't know about the baby part, but the
Well,
other stuff, I think I was able to handle it.
Yeah.
well, let's talk
So
about that, Leo. Because today you're having tremendous success. Was that
thank
immediately
God,
from
yes,
day
sir.
one, or was that a couple years of grinding it out, figuring it out? Let's talk about those early days.
Well, when I first started, the first 3, 4 months, I literally didn't do anything
Yeah.
because I was just learning the business,
Right.
and then I got with the team I am right now, and so because I was still doing both, I was doing my job, and doing like real estate
Right.
part time. And when I started with this team, I gave myself 6 months,
Yeah.
and I think 3 months down the road, I was like, forget it, I'm good, I'm out.
Well, we know a little bit
So
about your team. Let's talk about that. Could we give Romel a quick plug here?
absolutely, yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, and we know Romel. He's an amazing guy, and we know he's got a passion for not just serving families, but also for creating top tier experiences and building great agents like yourself. So you said you stepped into the arena and said, "Hey, we're going to transition over here." What was that? What was that beginning period look like? How did he get you from 6 months to 3 months, and you're diving all in?
How it work, man? How it work? 8 o'clock at night at the office, making phone calls. You know, going to scripts. You know, and that was every day, just grinding, getting grinding into you just lose that fear of,
How many
of
calls?
making the phone calls.
How many calls?
Oh my God, we met about because we went through like from 6 to 8. You talking about 20, 30 calls,
Yeah,
you know, and then sometimes just listening because we record our calls,
yeah,
and then you go back and listen to your voice, and you're like, oh my God, did I say that? You know, feeling embarrassed of the things you said and did, but at the end of the day, you know what? It's going to take you to where you want to go, so you got to go to the grind, and you
yeah,
know, and I was all in, because once I left my job, I got nothing. I'm like, hey,
yeah.
this
That's
is
right.
it. I'm not looking back.
It's sink or
You
swim.
know,
We're gonna
yeah,
have to we're gonna have to figure out this thing. Well,
yeah.
let's talk
So,
about that. So you're making a lot of calls, and let me tell you what we call that, because I could tell. You said, hey, there was some reluctance in the beginning. We call it getting pushed into your comfort zone, because a
hmm
lot of the times we think it's outside of our comfort zone until we have that repetition of doing it over and over again, and then eventually we realize that's not being outside. This is my
hmm
zone, right? You
yeah,
you belonged here all along, Leo,
yep,
and you've
amen.
you've you've demonstrated that by your production. But who are we calling, right? So we're making all these phone calls. Who are we calling? Just random people out of the phone book, or how'd that work?
Well, no, well by that time was Romeo. He had a nice we got a good system, you know, of like old clients and new clients and things like that. So literally was people that was in a system,
Yeah,
you know. So and like I said, Romeo's a grinder, and he was like, listen, this is, you know, clients that's I'm giving you the name, last name, phone number, email address. All you got to do is pick up a phone and call.
yeah,
You know, the one and say two say no, it's okay. Get the next one and get the next one.
yeah.
And I'm telling you, and when he in the office back then, we had to say, if you can deal with Roman, you can deal with anybody. Because Romel is a beast
Yeah,
when
Yeah.
it comes
yeah.
to that. He
He
can
is.
grind.
Yeah. We call that, we call it offers minus no's equals money, right?
Yeah.
Because at the
hmm
end of the day, we're going to make a whole lot of offers. If we're making no offers, we're never going to make any money.
Yeah.
But if we're making a whole lot of offers, it's going to result in something. But I think there's something more special about the money. And I
Oh
would
yeah.
imagine you agree with that too. What's it like
Oh, I
helping
love.
families? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that like?
To me, I just love helping families.
Yeah.
You know, that's my thing. I look at, and I always tell my family, the way I look at houses, when even with you guys, you know, any other family, is, do I live here? You know, it's just, you know, if this was from my house, well, I'll be happy here. You know, and I always give you my opinion. At the end of the day, it's your choice to, you know, if I like it, I don't like it, but you know, I do give you my opinion. And that's just, I'm truthful, man. I'm truthful, and that's why I think about 60 to 70% of my clients are, you know, in a sphere and referral for past clients.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, and you live in Ocala. How long you been out there?
20 years.
So 20 years in college. So you're no spring chicken. You've been there for a little bit, and
Yes,
you're
sir.
raising a family there too, right?
hmm
And so you understand, that Ocala is a great place to raise a family. Their roots in that city, that you've created, right, with your home and your family experience. But in addition to that, we hear Ocala is a pretty nice place to live, right? A couple hours from the beach, a couple hours from Orlando.
Yep.
Properties available at really reasonable prices, right? So
Well, on average, we are the lowest price in the entire Florida when it comes to pricing properties. In average, we have the lowest price. It's like 275 on average. And like you said, man, you know, if you're in Ocala, you got a family, you want to go to Orlando, take your kids for Disney or anything, you're an hour away, and then come back to peace and quiet. You
yeah,
know, Tampa, the beaches, anywhere, we close to everything. And right now we have the I don't know if you guys know about it. We got the World Question Center here. That is an amazing place, man. Amazing place. If you like horses, that's like the Disneyland for horses.
well, you have the Disneyland for horses, but you also have the Disneyland for retirement. You guys are surrounded by a lot of retirement communities out there too. So you've got both
hmm
sides of it. You got new families that are looking for an affordable, beautiful place to live, but then you've also got these great retirement communities. In fact, the
Yep.
Village, I think, is the number one community in the U.S.
Oh yeah,
today, right?
yeah. That's,
Where you've got your folks that are enjoying, their final years in style, because we've seen this place. It's pretty epic.
oh yeah, no. The villages is literally his own little world. I mean, you go down there, to, you think you're a tourist because it's different.
Yeah,
But it's awesome. It's an awesome place to go. I mean, they got amazing restaurants and everything down there. Me and my family, every now and then, go down there, just for some restaurants that we like.
yeah,
You
yeah. Well,
know.
and then you've got just to the west of you, you've got the lagoons that are popping up out there too, which is just a beautiful man-made lagoon where they've got some absolutely stunning homes, and that's a little
Yeah,
closer to Tampa, so you're right there by the beach.
yeah, yeah. We're about if we're about an hour from Orlando. I'm sorry, like Daytona Beach, about an hour.
Yeah.
And you talking about like an hour and 30 from Tampa and the beaches down there. So, and that, I mean, that those to me, that's the way to go, man. Clear waters, beautiful,
We'll be there in a couple weeks.
Yep, yep.
nice.
So let's talk a little bit about your business. So, 6 years in, you still making phone calls?
Yep, every day. Yeah, every day, man. You got to grind.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
retire early.
That's it.
So what do you? So let's, again, I call these secrets for other realtors.
Yeah,
Is it
what's that
what's
process?
that process? Is it every day at a certain time? You block out, you time block. What do you do?
12 to 2 every day
Boom,
is my grinding time.
boom.
12 to 2.
Yeah,
And then sometimes if somebody, talking to somebody, hey, call me after 5, I'm going to call you after 5.
Yeah,
right.
of course.
But my money time is 12 to 2.
Yeah. It's funny, how that works in this industry. The folks that are doing exceptional things, we all have processes. Ours, by the way, is from 9 to 11. So
Okay.
9 to 11, it's religious. It's every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday, we work on our business. And not that we don't make calls on Friday, we certainly do. But 9 to 11 is our time to get out there and make calls and make sure that we're reaching out to the people that we need to be reaching out to. So I love it. I love that our processes mirror each other. And you said you're 12 to 2. So
Yep.
we almost overlap because 11 for us is 12. So right when we're finishing up, you guys are just getting started.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
good
it's,
stuff.
it's to me, I have tried different times, and this is the time that has worked best because I like to keep everything. I like to write everything and keep, like a list of things that work and don't work because
Yeah.
in this, and that guys, so in this business, you have to go, you got to just go with the flow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's
and
go back.
sometimes things work and
No, you're good. Go ahead.
sometimes they don't work. So you got to move on to the next one and, see how you make it work.
Well, let's go back and talk about that too. So the 11 to 2 time, that your noon to 2 time, you guys are teeing off again. Who are you calling there? We know you've got a great sphere of influence now. You've been doing this for a long time. What does that look like? Again, are you just kind of picking up a list and calling some folks, or how do you know who to reach out to and when?
My first 5 calls is my past clients. Because you talking to a familiar voice, that gets you going. That gets you moved. Then I call. Then I start calling the people in my list. They're looking at houses. They're going to my website and looking at properties and things like that. And then and then not every day, but then I call some fistballs and expires, but I leave that for the end because I already got all the good stuff. So if I get any bad things in there, so then hey, at least I had a good day.
Let's
Uh,
walk back through that real quick because that's gold. What he just dropped. I mean,
Yep.
literally, you just dropped gold on the lap of a lot of realtors out there that are struggling. Because what you said was the first part of the day is calling my past customer database, and that's crucial. You have to call your past customers. You've got to let them know that you appreciate them and that you're there for them if they need anything. Because we know the job doesn't stop when the transaction's finalized. That's when things just get started, right?
yep.
And I love what you said there because you said I like to start with those folks because I already know them. I know those conversations are going to go great because it's just catching up with somebody who I already know, like, and trust. It's like calling a good buddy.
Yep,
But from
exactly.
that point, now you're focused on the folks that are coming in from your lead points, and you're doing all that. But then when that doesn't fruit the results that you're looking for, now we step outside of a lot of people's comfort zones, and we start going FISBOs. And
Hmm.
for those of you who don't know that FISBO is, that's a for sale by owner, right? Because a
Hmm.
lot of the times the for sale by owners, they've got their home sitting on the market for an extended period of time, and they don't realize the value a real estate agent can bring to them. but our man Leo knows exactly what he brings to the table. And I'm sure you've got a great script, or as we like to call them, design conversation on how to communicate what you can provide to those clients. And then the last case is, hey, what about the expired listings, right? The folks that nobody's really talking to anymore because they're off the market. Man, so that's pure gold. And again, there's a lot of people out there that go, but who do I call? How do I call them? What do I say? Right. And it sounds like you know exactly what to do. You've got it mapped out. You got a great plan.
I mean, you have to in this business. You have to because, like I said, even though I'm in a team, I'm my own guy.
Yeah.
And I have to get myself better. My why. You always got to have a why. That's the thing. You got it. My wife is my family. So
Well, let's explore that real quick. Let's talk about your why, Leo. I know you said your wife, but just let's run through that. Your why is your wife, but your wife, your kids. Talk about that a little bit.
yeah, my kids too. But my kids are grown.
You still, yeah,
But
but you're still Papa.
man, she is. We've been together 24 years, and she's the one who's always been, excuse my language, kicking my butt.
Yeah.
Like, go do it. You got this. So when you got someone in your back like that, that is always pushing you, and always like, you got this. And literally pushing you, and you got to make the phone call. My wife is tough, dude. Like I said, she's something else. I love her to death, but she's a rock. She kept my family together. So yeah, and she works her butt off too. There was a time when we was, started, kind of in the 5th year, she decided to be a teacher. So at that time, she was going to school at night. She was working and being a mom and a wife. And then you go back and see that, and you're like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I probably, either wife or, school or work or whatever, but I couldn't do 3, 4 things.
Yeah.
And for like 2.5 years, she managed that.
That's
So I want to give back to her,
that's
things
you want
that
to
she
pour into
always
her.
dreamed, like in March, we went to Italy, and that was like in her bucket list, and I like, that's why I do what I do, because I want to give you that,
Well, we know
because you're giving me so much.
as we record this, you guys are going to Dominican, right? As well.
Yes,
You guys
right.
are about to take a little
Yes,
trip.
sir.
That's her home country.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Man, brother, that's special. What you just said, that's really special. And what I heard was you're not the only hardworking one in the family. You've got your wife back there, the backbone that's really kept it all together for all these years, that maybe pushed you a little farther than you would have pushed yourself to help you achieve greatness. And brother, that's what life's all about.
Yep.
You found the one, and
No,
you're blessed to have her in your life, and I'm sure
um,
she's equally as blessed, to have you by
yeah,
her side.
I am super blessed, to the truth.
Absolutely. Let's
She's,
let's talk about your real estate business. So I know what 50, 60, 70% is Hispanic Latino that you deal with, and then first time home buyers, right? That's
yeah, about 60, 70% of my clients are Spanish speaking. Yeah.
And let's talk about that, because the first time home buyer, that's a more challenging transaction than a lot of people give it credit for. A lot of the times you've got a consumer that A, didn't even realize they could qualify, and B, they may not be ready to qualify, and you've got to help to get a mortgage ready, right? So if you're talking to somebody out there right now who is thinking about getting a home, or could I get a home, or maybe not thinking about getting a home because they don't think they could, what would you say to them?
To me, give it a try. I know people think, oh, the market, the interest rate. This is the way I look at it. Now you can buy houses 20, 30, even $40,000 less than back in those unicorn years,
That's right.
2021, 2022. So if you can buy a house you bought a house, let's say in 2022 for 30,000, and I bought the same house. I'm sorry, for 300,000, and I bought the same house for 275. But my interest rate is a little higher. You know, we'll probably pay the much kind of the same. But guess what? In a couple of years, the interest rate is going to go down.
That's right.
The price of my house is going to go up. So
That's
when
right.
that house goes back to 300,000, guess what? Now I got equity in my house. That's the way I look at it.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because we actually just did a video on this, and I think you nailed it, because it's exactly where we went with it. which is that homes appreciate every year. In fact, year over year appreciation typically lands somewhere 5% is what everybody says. But last year, at the beginning of the year, it was a 7.9% year over year appreciation. I think right now we're at about 6.5, 6.6, somewhere in there, year over year appreciation. And effectively, what you're talking about is the person that moves forward on the house right now. Yeah, they may get in with a slightly higher interest rate. It may be elevated, but they're purchasing a home at a price point today is cheaper than it would have been a few years back when people are
Yep.
overbidding for homes and coming in with 10,000,
Yep.
20,000, 50,000, $100,000, $200,000 over asking, inflating the price of the homes, right? So as a result of that, now we're in a market where we don't have to come over to win the bid. In fact, a lot of the times we've got people that are actually willing to negotiate on the price of the home, which we didn't see before. But in addition to that, you have that year over year appreciation. And again, assuming that that's somewhere between 6 and 7%, that's thousands of dollars. In your $300,000 example, that's anywhere from $18,000 to $25,000 in appreciation from
Yep.
one year to the next. But normally, when we're talking about interest rate, especially on that 300K home that you're talking about, what most people are waiting for is they're waiting for the rates to drop by about a point, right? Well, if the rates drop by 1 point, the difference on a 300K home is about $200 per month. Okay. So 200 a month over 12 months is $2,400. But with year over year appreciation, they would have made $18,000 to $24,000. So even if
Yep.
they end up paying that payment for a year, 2 years, 3 years, they're still getting that appreciation. And that year over year appreciation is at 1 year. That's 20,000, 40,000, 60,000 as the homes continue to appreciate. And effectively, when the rates go down, they refinance, they achieve the payment point where they want to be, but they've gained all that equity. And that's how people make money in real estate. So for the first time home buyers that are out there on the fence, you've got to make sure that you're being armed with the right information. And unfortunately, a lot of the media is scaring folks off saying rates, rates,
Yep.
rates, rates, rates. And the reality of the situation is over the last 8 years or 8 decades, 80 years, homes have only depreciated 7 times and only twice within any given market. So it's a 91.75% chance that your home will appreciate. And at a
Go ahead.
91.75% chance, there's nowhere else on earth that I know of that you can put money into with a 91.75% chance that you're going to earn equity or interest on it. So mortgage is the safest bet. And that's why people out, not mortgage, real estate. And that's why folks have been out there investing in real estate for years because they know that's where money's made. In fact, we were talking in the green room earlier about our videographer's parents who bought land in California back when it was $100,000 a lot. What do you think that's worth today?
Oh my God.
Yeah. We'll
At
just
least
say that they
4.
have an 8,000 square foot home in Mexico as one of their homes on a
Nice.
golf course, and they're living just fine.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
It's just there's so many things. Even the negotiations with the sellers, before like you even said, now you just don't gotta come with the price of the house. You would have to come, $10,000, $20,000 more. Now I can get you $5,000, $7,000, $10,000 towards the close of your house.
That's it. Yeah,
You
that's it.
know.
So 5 to 7, $10,000 plus. Last time I looked, there's a lot of great DPA programs as well. So
Yep.
you can get them
Mm-hmm.
5, 7, 10. The lender can get them an additional 3.5 to 5%. They can actually get into a house with no money out of pocket.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And they can get into a house at a lower price point than what they paid before. So some would actually say, Leo, now's actually the best time to
This
buy
is
a house.
and you can buy you can buy some rates
That's right.
with
You
that
can
extra money.
with that money that you're getting from the seller. So you can bring it
Exactly.
down, get the lowest possible rate in today's economy, still get your down payment assistance paid for. I mean, yeah, it's man, brother. And that's why people talk to you, Leo, because you know that. You know that. And that's why you're having such great success because unlike some agents, I can't say all agents, who say, well, hey, maybe it is time to wait. Maybe this isn't the best market to buy in. Rates
Yeah.
are high. You're out there arming them with the right education and leading them in the right direction to create financial success for themselves. And again, that's why you're doing so well, brother. I get it. I get it now, Dave. That's why you brought this guy on here.
Hey, like I said, you got to go with the times, and this is what this time it calls us to do, and we're still helping families. And
Yeah.
like you said, the news. If you look at the news, it's nothing but bad news.
Yep.
So you got to educate them, because that's what the news sells, bad. So if you educate them, you do the right thing, and you do it, from your heart,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
That's
that's
important.
all.
I love that you said that because I think that's super important. Our core value, number one core value, we have several, but our number one is family. And it's
Hmm.
family for a lot of reasons. And a big part of that is serving families, helping those families achieve home ownership, helping them achieve generational wealth. And, at the end of the day, you have to be selfless with that in this industry. If you lead with your heart, the financial success will come, but if you're in this for a monetary value, sure, it'll come and go. But at the end of the day, you're not going to set yourself up or your clients up for success. And that's what we're here to do. And we found the
Yeah.
most great agents like yourself, Leo. You guys, the money's great. It's a perk. You're doing it because you're passionate about helping people.
No, I love it. Like I said, I love helping families. That closing day is, to me, is the greatest day every time we do a closing, because when you see old, older folks cried and things like that, because they're in their 40s and they bought the first house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's priceless.
Yeah.
You
Well, and
know.
it sounds like your other superhero at home has that same big heart because last time I looked, being a teacher and jumping into that possession, I can't even speak
Phil.
today. Yep, exactly. Field. There's not a whole lot of money in that. It's a pretty selfless industry to be in, and she worked raising kids, putting yourself through college while you were out there, trying to build your real estate business to get into that industry. So, man, brother, you guys are you and your wife are just two really amazing people.
Well, she is. I just try to follow her. No, like I said, yeah, and that's why she's my wife. Because she, I admire her. Like the things she did, and she still does. She's good. She's. I found the right one.
You did.
So
Yeah.
Leo, with 60 or 70% of your business being Hispanic, how does the Hispanic community find you? How do they know to go to you as opposed to another realtor or whatever? How do you get those leads?
I mean, a lot of my leads are from, like I said, from past clients and things like that. But I also, like you guys, I do a lot of videos.
Yep.
If, I don't know, David, if you saw one of my videos I did the other day, and it was about this, hey, if you get $10,000, reduce on the price of your house about $300,000, it's only about $48 in your mortgage. But if you ask $10,000 and you put it, to cover your rates, points, and stuff like that, it's about $250,000. I got texts, emails, and everything writing me, "Hey, you need to do this in Spanish. We don't understand what you're saying. We like it, but we don't understand what you're saying." So that those things, I'm like, dang, and I told her, and I was like, "Hey,
It's
don't worry
education.
about it. My next video is going to be in Spanish."
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you're educating. You're
Yeah,
educating, and that's what we were talking about before. Is getting out there and providing that proper education. That's what the folks out there that truly want a home, the ones that truly need a home,
yeah,
they need that education. And when they hear it coming from you, Leo, and you do the research, this is the best thing about math. Math doesn't lie, right? So when you roll out an equation like that and you explain to them how it works, even if they take that to the best mathematic, scientist on the planet and have them
hmm,
dissect it down, the only answer is going to be one answer. Yeah, that checks out. That's his
yep,
his reasoning behind this is right, and that's what's so important is when we've got great people out there like yourself that are taking the time. By the way, to shoot the video, edit the video, and put it out there on the social channels. That's hard work, right? At the end of the day, it's no question as to why they're being led back to you because they can trust you. And what we know, Dave, is people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And brother, I see why they trust you. I
Yeah.
definitely do. Well,
thank you guys.
let's hit it with a question, Dave. We
Yeah.
haven't done
Yeah.
this in a while, but I want to know what his
Yeah, yeah,
I want
yeah.
to.
Because we have to cut it short also because we can't keep you here all day.
Yep.
So before we cut it short, of all the transactions you've done, what's the one transaction that means the most to you, or the transaction that you say, hey, it's because of this is why I'm in real estate. This is the transaction that
This is why I do what I do.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know some people want to get mad, okay, but this one, I've been working with this lady since 2021.
Okay.
She was planning to come here in 2021, and for whatever reason, she couldn't. It was her, the husband, and two kids. She wanted to live. She been wanting to live in New York since forever, and we kept on going and kept on talking and kept on talking. she's like, Leo, I'm ready. I'm ready now. And man, I want to say March, we closed her house in March here after 3 years. You talking about people crying?
Yeah.
I was crying
Yeah.
because it was, it was issues with, they didn't make enough money. They couldn't find a job. The credit was not the best. So it was like a couple of issues that we had to work through.
Yeah.
And we got, it took her 3 years to be able to get approved for a house.
Yeah.
So to me, it's and I look at it, it wasn't hard work at all, helping somebody like that. But at the end, when I saw them here, and their family, and they called me. She's from Salvador, and I don't know if you guys know about pupusas, but like every other week,
Do.
hey Leo, I make pupusas, come and get some.
Let's go.
And they're like, that's family now.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
Broke
calls me
bread
like if
together.
I'm family.
Yeah. That's
So
amazing, brother. That's amazing. Well, and I think you just talked directly to the new home purchasers out there that are on the fence, because what I just heard you say, Leo, is I don't care if it takes 3 years and a whole lot of struggles. We're getting you into a house. We're going to make
yeah,
your dreams come true. And that's why, right there. That's
yeah.
why. That's why people keep doing business with you, because there's something else. And let me ask you a question. That was probably the most expensive home you ever sold, too, right?
Not really.
Yeah, exactly.
but at the end of the day, to me, like I said, it literally it made more than my day. If it made my day, no, it made, I think, my whole year,
Yeah. Yeah.
because of helping that family.
And that,
You feel good when you do things like that and you do it from the heart, and it happens, because there was a point that like it's not going anywhere.
yeah.
You always got things in the back of your head like, I want to help, but I don't know how. There's
Right.
nothing I can do. And then little by little, man, we chipping in, and she lives in a new house
Got
here
her
in Marion
there.
County.
The family's there. You did that,
Hmm.
brother. You did that. Well, Leo, as much as I would love to sit here and hear these stories, because I promise he's got way more than this one.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, we know we got to get you out there doing the things you do. Is there anything we didn't tackle today that you
No,
want to
man, we went through everything. I appreciate you guys for having me, man. You guys have been great.
Brother, we appreciate you. We appreciate the great things that you're doing for folks out there. So, it was an honor to have you on the show today.
Thank you.
And when the folks out there want to find you, what market do you serve? I mean, we talked about it in the beginning, but what area are you in out there?
Oh, I serve it's kind of, it's North Florida, but more in Marion County. Uh, Kind of a little bit of Lake, some there,
Yeah,
Levy, but mostly, I like to do mostly Marion County,
yeah,
because it's the one I know
yeah,
100%. Like if you come here and you tell me, hey, show me a house in Miami, I'll be like, I'll find you someone, because I don't know the market in Miami, so I can serve you the way I wanted to serve you if I'm showing you a house in an
yeah.
area that I don't know.
Well, we've got
I
some
want to
great
tell
folks.
you, hey, Dave, there's a Taco Bell, 2 blocks from here,
Yeah,
or anything like that. If I can tell you that, to me, I'm no good.
that's important, man. And I love that too, because again, it shows your character. And we know some great people in Miami if you don't. So, if it does ever come down to that, we're happy to help get you a great referral, somebody you can rely on out there as well. But we've got a loan officer plugged in down there in that community as well. So,
I
but
appreciate that.
what he's saying, if you don't know the area well, Marion County, just north of Orlando, about an hour and a half, right?
Mhm.
Just northeast of Tampa, and right there in that central part of Florida, and it's just absolute paradise. So, well,
And
Leo,
growing.
when the guys and gals want to find you, what's the best way they get in touch with you?
Yeah. So my name is Leo Gonzalez with TCT Realty Group here in Ocala. Um, if you want to find me, my number is 352-299-7690. Or you can call me. Is Leo at Gmail. No, it's Leo at thecamachoteam.com. I had like 4 of those. I'm sorry.
No worries. We'll
Um,
cut that part out, brother. You're good. Hey, do it one more time. Just say, do the
okay.
email part.
Okay. Let me do the whole thing.
Yep. Cool. Go
Okay.
ahead.
We'll cut it out.
All
Yeah.
right. Cool. My name is Leo Gonzalez with TCT Realty, and I'm from Marion County, and I've been helping families here since 2018. So if you're looking at a house in this area, you can please give me a call. My number is 352-299-7690, or Leo at thecamachoteam.com.
Perfect, brother. Let's run that back in Spanish too.
Mi nombre es Leo González. con TCT Realty en Ocala, Florida. Si está buscando una propiedad en esta área, me puede contactar a 352-299-7690 o a leo@decamachoteam.com.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, and guys and gals, if you're looking for somebody who's honest, somebody who cares, somebody who's going to take the time to make sure you have a great experience, call Leo. You're going to be super happy that he did. We know Leo. We know his team too.
Yep.
These guys are just an amazing group of professionals. So, Dave, anything you want to say to our guest here before we wrap it up today?
No, Leo's the best. Like I said, the international man of business. If you're looking for a house in the Ocala area, call my man Leo. He'll take care of you.
Yeah, great stuff.
Nice.
Great stuff.
I appreciate you guys, and
Yeah.
I'll see you guys in Clearwater.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
will, you will, you will.
All right,
So we're
yeah.
gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, guys. We're your real estate success partners. I'm Devin Dubuque.
I'm David Wynn.
Hey, and if you want to check us out, come on over to realestatesuccesspartner.com. Again, that's realestatesuccesspartner.com. Or come watch the video, meet Leo live and in person on YouTube. Over on YouTube, you're going to find us at the Dubuque team. You can also check us out on IG, Facebook, TikTok. We're a little bit of everywhere. And hey, make sure that you subscribe. Please leave some comments. And until the next time, we'll see you then.
Bye, guys.